Alright guys, so the ride has started here in Hyderabad. I am in the Hyderabad tuk-tuk rickshaw and I am crossing one of the oldest towns of Hyderabad, said to be the Hyderabad, and we are gonna go to watch our F1 car movie racing of Brad Pitt. So hold your seats tight, buckle up, I'm gonna show you the whole environment. Don't miss this part. It's gonna be in India's largest IMAX screen. That's right guys, so get ready. तो ये देखिए भाई साहब, यहाँ पे ये सीटिंग कैपेसिटी जो मैं आपको बोल रहा था 630 सीट्स, एज यू कैन सी इट्स लाइक एन एम्पी थिएटर ओवर हियर, एंड सीट की क्वालिटी भी अच्छी है और पीछे आगे पीछे भी होता है, सो दैट इज़ गुड. आई लव दैट. So guys, in the whole world of insecurities, the whole world of chaos out there, hustle bustle जो भी हम कह ले, there is that one person who gives you that peace. There is that one thing that makes you happy. And I think you know who that is, and you are my peace. I'm in love with this movie. It's only because of one person. That guy, he is my all-time favorite. I use his music when I'm running, and that guy is none other than Hans Zimmer. I mean, he has the heart and the soul in this movie. Again, I'll tell you my review after this movie, but so far it is pumped up. I myself am a WB alumni. I worked for Warner Brothers for quite some time. I worked for WB 10 years back in California, and I worked for Warner Brothers here in Hyderabad. And I think the principles that they stick to is champion inclusion, right? You believe in yourself, you lead it, right? And storytelling. These three things, I think those principles, I am so proud of being an alumni. I mean, those three elements you'll see over here: a never to die attitude, keep chasing your dreams, right? Whatever it may be, whatever it could be, just keep going for it. Alright दोस्तों, मूवी शुरू होने में थोड़ा समय बाकी है, तो हमने कहा चलिए राइट ऑपोजिट टू द प्रसाद IMAX मल्टीप्लेक्स है यहाँ पे ईरानी टी स्टॉल. तो यहाँ पे भाई साहब चाय कितने का है आपका ईरानी चाय? 10 का भैया. और ये देखिए गर्मा गर्म दूध बेसिकली उबल रहा है, और ये है हमारी 10 रुपए की कड़क ईरानी चाय. ओके, समय क्या है आपका यहाँ पे? 4:30 से नाइट में 2 बजे तक, और सुबह को? ओके, बहुत ही बढ़िया चाय है ये. स्पेशल चाय पीने के लिए आपको ईरानी चाय, मेरे को कोई इनविटेशन नहीं देना पड़ेगा, आपको हैदराबाद में ही आना पड़ेगा. तो चलिए, विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम, लेट मी ड्रिंक दिस टी which is as good as it can, and then we'll go inside and I'll show you the environment, the vibes and the largest IMAX theater. Alright guys, so behind me is a box office. Basically यहाँ से आप टिकट खरीद सकते हैं just in case आपने ऑनलाइन टिकट्स नहीं खरीदे हैं. So once again, this is the beautiful Prasads Multiplex जो कि आप ऊपर देख रहे हैं. It feels like a football stadium, and on the top floor is the IMAX screen. So let me show you that IMAX screen. तो भाई साहब इंटरवल हो गया है और पॉपकॉर्न नहीं खाएंगे तो पॉपकॉर्न का इंसल्ट होगा, हमारा नहीं होगा. तो ये देखिए, ये यहाँ का प्रसाद का पॉपकॉर्न, सॉल्ट, चीज़ी जो भी फ्लेवर आप ले, आई थिंक 150 to 170 इसका कॉस्ट है. यहाँ पर पॉपकॉर्न है, काफ़ी सारे स्नैक्स भी है, समोसाज वगैरह. एक चीज़ जो मुझे यहाँ पे अच्छी लगी वो है प्राइसिंग. बहुत ही रीजनेबल प्राइस है, और अगर मैं मूवी की बात करूँ तो मतलब क्या ही कहना. आई मीन द होल मूवी इट्स जस्ट फैंटास्टिक. आई विल गिव माई रिव्यू वंस द मूवी एंड्स, बट सो फार आई एम इन लव विद दिस मूवी. Before this movie came out, the two car movies that got all of us, the sports, into the car scene was Rush 2013, आपके भाई का favorite Niki Lauda versus Chris Hemsworth, and the second movie was Ford versus Ferrari, Matt Damon. Don't miss on that. And this movie, right? I mean, I'm in love with this movie. And one more thing, guys, I do want to say about this particular IMAX theater over here. It is in Hyderabad, and it's happened to be India's largest IMAX theater, and the reason is the seats are 630 seats, and the dimensions, the technical specifications of this movie hall, I think it's about 64 to 68 feet in width versus I think 102 feet tall. Before this theater was used to be called as IMAX screen, but now it's called PCX, and it's screen number 6. So everywhere you go, right, it would be screen number 6, and inside, as I showed you, it would feel like a football stadium. It is huge and humongous. Even though I think I'm sitting on the like about 6th or 7th row, but it is amazing, right? And definitely the music, the core, I mean, you have to come and experience it over here. So let's go. I don't want to miss the rest of the movie, but I'll tell you the climax and my overall review after this movie, alright? But my honest review over here is that the message that I have from this movie is in our life, whatever we are doing, why are we doing it? What makes us do that? For the movie, what I have learned is it always about the money? Is it something that you wanted to do and you're doing it? And the message is that it's never about the money. You need money, but you need your internal passion. You want to do it, that's why you're doing it. And that question is there in this movie all the time for Brad Pitt. What are you doing? Why are you racing it? Is it for the money? And he keeps smiling. But I kind of joined the dots over here, and the dots over here are that because it was his passion, and he kept saying again and again that even though my whole body is cracked up, the storyline is that after 30 years he's coming back for a race, and he's completely damaged, his ribs, his spinal cord, he has a chance to lose his vision while he's driving that speed, but nothing stopped him, but just that one reason he said, I want to do it. So guys, keep doing that in your life, whatever you want to do, keep doing it, that's your passion. It's not always about the money. So guys, this movie was premiered in New York in the month of June 16, 2025, and can't believe it was in New York. That's one of my favorite places once again. And one more thing I want to tell in this particular movie is that Brad Pitt has himself drove this particular car that they have shown, and the fact over here, it's engineered by Apple, the whole mechanics, the cameras and everything. And Brad Pitt has actually raced up the car almost like 200 miles per hour. And all the locations, right, that have been shot in the movie are actually real-time locations when all the Grand Prix were happening. Courtesy thank you to F1, right, that they allowed all these scenarios possible. And for me, there were 3 movies for car racing that has actually got to me into this whole world, right? So the first one was Rush in 2013. The second one was Ford versus Ferrari, I believe 2019, and this particular, the movie over here, the third one is F1, right? So I've made a kind of a comparison, or what is the difference between the all 3, right? And what makes all the movies stand out. All the movies are great, right? So the first movie, which is Rush, right? So Rush is basically famous for the greatest rivalry, right, between Niki Lauda and James Hunt. You kind of get lost in the emotions, right? It's a very emotional movie. It's a very self-motivated, right? There is no one to motivate. You have to motivate by yourself. That was a general message in that, right? But again, that was known for rivalry, right? And then Ford versus Ferrari, it was all about teamwork, right? Like how the coach is managing the team. It's like in cricket, Rahul Dravid used to back the Indian team. We won the World Cup, right? And then in that case, the coach was Matt Damon. Christian Bale was the driver, right? But then the whole movie plot was, the ego that was showed by the Ferrari. That's where it all went downhill, right? And last but not the least, right, F1 movie. So there's no rivalry, right? It's not a traditional car movie racing. If you're imagining that, right? The core lies in, the struggle that we have within ourselves, right? The fear that we have within ourselves. The insecurities, right, that we have within ourselves. So it's basically to push your limits, how much you can push yourself. And the whole movie is basically within one team only. There are 2 car racing drivers within one particular team. And whether it's your ego, whether it's your attitude, or whether it's a jealousy, all these factors, I mean, these are the day-to-day things that we see in our life. We have seen this everywhere in our life, right? That is exactly raw originality that they have shown in this movie. And the matter you leave that, you are gonna rock. And that final race that they have shown, it's basically the teamwork and the team effort, and that is where they get to that finishing line, overcoming the fears and everything else, right? And